Hello everyone, Miss Eddleston here again, and welcome back to English for Today. This is our fourth lesson of the week, and it's time to start weaving the tension and suspense into our writing of the most exciting part of our story, the action. Yesterday we boxed up the main events ready to write and began to add some detail ready to go. Today we're going to focus on one of the key techniques writers use to get our hearts racing when we read, to advance the action and show the pace of the narrative. It's using short, snappy sentences. So what do we mean by this, and how does it work? Short, snappy sentences are usually 1, 2, or 3-word sentences which are used for effect to make our writing really speedy and show the drama of the scene. I put a few examples on here for you. A short sentence such as, "What's that?" "Not now." "I freeze," would really make our reader stop and think, this is dramatic. So let's go back to our plan and take another look at our first scene, the run, and the chase to the motorbike. We need to be able to describe in our writing just how quickly this takes place and how our character has hardly a second to breathe or think while they catapult themselves towards their bike. We're going to watch it again, and as we watch, try to think of some short sentences of 1, 2, or 3 words that show the urgency of the moment. Try to write one down on your plan. I'm just showing you I've returned to that section of my plan here. What did you come up with? Perhaps a short sentence to show the terror of the moment when you heard the drone above, or the fear rising when you were running with all of your might. Take a moment to think of a short, snappy sentence that would really grab the reader at any one of those points during the run. I've got some examples for you that you might want to magpie. I've just segmented the run into these 3 areas here. The pause when you hear the drone, the run, and then that moment of relief when finally you jump onto the bike. Perhaps it could be, "Why now?" a rhetorical question. "My heart pounds." "No escape." "Legs tremble." "I can't fail." "Onwards." "Down." "The sky roars." "Fear rises." These are some ideas that I thought might be similar to yours. And when I read them like this, it sounds almost like a poem. But of course, we won't write our entire paragraph with short, snappy sentences. We'll mix them up with other sentence types to keep our writing pacey. Our aim is to show the speed of this chase by interspersing them well into our writing. It's time for you to come up with a couple of examples of short, snappy sentences of your own, and then return to your planning from yesterday and add a few of your best examples of those short, snappy sentences to that first section. We're just looking at that, the run. I'm going to choose my best ones. I think I've got a couple here that will work well, so I'm going to go to my planning and add them here. I think "no escape" would work really well, just to show the urgency of that moment. I've got to do something, there's absolutely no way I can go back. Onwards. Down. I can't fail. And I'm just going to add them around my plan. So take a moment to do your short, snappy sentences for that first section here now, and pause the video before you move on. Great. Next, let's do the same for the second section. This is the high-speed motorbike chase. There's lots of diving and weaving here, and we need our reader to feel like we could crash and burn at any moment. It's so dangerous. As we watch this section again, try to note down your short sentence ideas. You can add them to your plan. This part of the film is so dramatic. I wanted to get the noise and the danger to really come across here, so I've thought of some short, snappy sentences that could go with it, which I'll share with you now. How do they compare with your ideas? And can you add any more or rework any of mine to create another for your plan? Let me take you through a few now. So again, I've just segmented the story into a few different points here. I thought fight or flight could be a good rhetorical question. Dodging and weaving, clinging on, tyres slipping, burning rubber, deafening, so close, don't look back, hold on, terror grips me, no turning back, no way out, motor screaming. Take a few moments to create a couple of short, snappy sentences for this section of your plan, and then we're going to add them. So I'm going to add a couple here. I really want to create the tension and suspense. So moving to my plan, I'm going to add just hold on. So close. Tyres screaming and deafening to my plan. I want to get the senses of my reader tingling, and I want them to know just how loud it was, the terror rising, and I think these will really work for me. Do the same to section 2 of your planning now and take a few moments to do that. Design a few short snappy sentences and add them in. This is a good moment to re-watch those first 2 sections together, to really put them into our minds before we write today. And as we do, add anything else that you think of to your first 2 planning sections. Perhaps you'll add some further description of the feelings your character is experiencing, or the noise that's filling their ears as they flee this gigantic and terrifying enemy. Keep this first part of your planning in front of you as we rewatch, and anything that comes to mind you can add in. Right, now we're ready to create the tension and suspense for these 2 sections in our writing, using our plan and any short snappy sentences that we added in, because that's our target for today. So you're going to use your plan and get writing. I've got my Dad Waivers checklist by my side to help me mix things up in my sentence openers and keep the action advancing. And I want to share with you, first of all, my run paragraph. So we're going to be writing the first 2 sections to create suspense and tension, the run and the motorbike chase. This is my run section here. Got my Dad Waivers checklist, and I've colour coded it so that you can see what I've added in as I write. And I've also highlighted where I put my snappy sentences in so that you can see them. And of course, although mine is tiny, you've got your planning by your side. So here goes. Suddenly, I freeze. A familiar and terrifying sound splits the air. That was my adverb opener, and of course I've just highlighted some of the descriptive words that I've used, but not all of them. A lot of it would be in yellow otherwise. Without a moment's hesitation, I flee. Running as quickly as my legs can carry me, I try to get away. And I've just noticed I've got an estimation of time in there that I haven't highlighted, so I'm going to put that in green. Without a moment's hesitation, I flee. And then running was my verb. Running as quickly as my legs can carry me, I try to get away. Above me, that's my where. The monster appears, a demon from hell. Now that's a metaphor, because the machine that is chasing me isn't actually a demon from hell, but I'm describing it as a demon from hell. Enormous wings block out the sun, and an ear-piercing siren sounds to tell the others. Fear creeps into my bones, and my legs feel suddenly weak and shaky. As the sound of rotors above my head grows closer, I turn my head to glance up at the darkening sky. A misplaced foot finds a hidden rock in my pathway, and my weight carries me forward onto the hard, dusty floor. Thud! That's my short, snappy sentence. Pain surges through my ankle like a snake bite. Simile there. And I have only seconds to clutch it and catch a breath. I have to get up, have to move, have to reach my bike. Chop, chop, chop. A bit of action there with a bit of onomatopoeia. This time I don't look. Before I know it, another estimation of time, I'm up and running again, running for my life, over the wall and downwards, down. Will I make it? I can't fail. Have my rhetorical question in there at the end. So this paragraph is just describing the drama of that run, just how difficult it was, how painful it was, but that feeling that I just can't stop, can't look back. I know I have to get away. Now you might want to stop the video at this point and just concentrate on writing your run paragraph, that first section from your planning, and use your checklist and your snappy sentences to really get our pulses racing. Everything from the point of hearing the drone down to just managing to reach the bike. But as soon as you're ready, you can move on with me and we'll look at the second paragraph. Here's my model. Haven't gone for a very long paragraph here, didn't think that it needed it. I just wanted to convey the terror and the in and out, the weaving and the dodging of that thrilling motorbike chase. So again, I've got my dad wavers checklist down the side, which I've colour coded for you, and my snappy sentence is highlighted here as well, so that you could see how I've modelled all of that together and created it. So I'm starting with a verb this time. Seizing the handlebars, I leap onto my trusty bike. Come on, I scream, as I rev the engine and speed ever onwards. It seemed a good opportunity to use dialogue in this paragraph. However, I have noticed that I've missed a letter out, which just won't do, so let me add that in. Seizing the handlebars, I leap onto my trusty bike. Come on, I scream, as I rev the engine and speed ever onwards. Dodging my way through the broken down cars, the forgotten highways, still I urge her forwards. All the while, the menacing shadow follows me. Closer, closer. Lots and lots of action in here, and apparently for Miss Elston, lots of spelling mistakes as well. And I've just noticed that I've got another estimation of time sentence in here, which I'm going to add in. So I'm going to do that there. If I can, quickly grab my highlighter. Yep, the estimation of time all the while. All the while the menacing shadow follows me closer, closer. Through the empty streets and overgrown spaces I race. Directly above, that's the where, the drone gives chase. A terrifying and unrelenting nightmare. It's a metaphor. In seconds, estimation of time, we reach the bridge. Can I lose it? Recklessly, I swerve. My wheels scream and lose grip from beneath me. Hold on. So close. Now I thought it's all it needs at this point, but it really conveys just that pulsy, pacey, speedy motorbike chase. And remember, we've got to keep mixing up, we've got to keep using different sentence openers to keep that action advancing, and that's why I'm using the checklist here to make sure that I've got a good variety of those in there and the main ideas that I had from my plan. So now it's your turn. Today what you're going to do is write those two sections and checklist as you go, and once you're done, make sure you read back through your writing carefully. On the Google Drive you'll find another helpful vocab support sheet, Dad Wavers support sheet that I've put together for you, so there's lots of different openers here for each different section if you're struggling for ideas or you just want to try and rework any of yours. On top of using those, Make sure when you read back through your writing carefully you check your punctuation. Punctuation needs to be really precise here, and we're looking for that higher level punctuation. Can you use a dash to add a clause? Can you use a hyphen to make a compound adjective? Can you use a rhetorical question? That will get your question mark in there. Use this Dad Waivers support sheet on the drive to help you wherever you need. So it's over to you. Good luck with your writing for today, everyone. Can't wait to read your work. At any point you need to, go back in the video, watch those 2 sections again, look at the model text that I've given you. You can magpie anything from there. You're welcome to use it. So good luck for today.